The child grew up to become king, but their terrible burn never healed. As the king grew older, the wound grew deeper, and it always caused them pain. The wound, which had begun on the child's skin, grew deeper and deeper. It burned into the king's muscles, it burned into their blood, and into their bones, and into their heart. How could the Holy Grail have caused them so much pain? The king had wanted to heal the pain of all humanity, and instead they had been punished cruelly. The wound in the king's heart burned deeper and deeper. The king became sick with pain and grief and anger. The wound burned away the king's family, and it burned away the king's friends. It burned into the king's castle until no one lived there anymore. It burned into the king's land until nothing could grow. Why would something meant to bring unending life without pain instead bring suffering? The Grail had chosen him, then rejected him. The Grail had tricked him. One day the king looked out from their empty castle across their empty land made of ashes and twigs and rain. The king walked out of their castle to the ocean, where they sat all day long thinking of nothing but their pain. And at night the king walked home to fall asleep and dreamed of nothing but their anger. From A Child's Guide to Zeta Myrmidon 1A. Welcome to episode 3 of Alien First Law here on Dice Friends. I am your game mother, Cameron, and joining me tonight are my 4 players, beginning on the far left of screen with...
Hi, I'm Corey. I'm playing Gidget, resident kinesiologist and physiotherapist.
And I'm Matt, and I'm playing Judith, resident pilot who also knows how to use a gun and might do so in the future.
Hi, my name is Andy, and I'm playing Finch, your resident gopher, fixer-upper, stress inducer.
I'm Alex, and I'm playing Gray, your resident scientician.
And when last we left our players, Gidget, I believed you were in the infirmary with Dr. Martin?
Yep, running samples.
Yep. And the rest of you were in the reactor, looking for something with Marshall Carver.
Causing a ruckus.
Just carrying on, hooting and hollering with the boys.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start with Gidget, actually. The phone rings in the infirmary, and Dr. Martin picks it up. And she says, hi, Ross. What's up? Yeah, she's here. Are you sure? Okay. Thank you. And hangs up the phone. She looks at you.
Can I help you, Dr. Martin?
No, Gidget, that's okay. Could I ask you to run back to the garage and check the truck one more time? Just to see if there's anything left behind.
Do you need any help moving any of the larger samples here before I leave?
No, just let me know if there's anything left in the crawler, okay? Give it one more look. I want to make sure we didn't miss anything. This is 3 of 3.
Charlie, yes.
We're going to go back to the reactor then. Carver is like smoking. He is pale and like sweating a little bit. Though your empathy is all like 2-ish, right?
Yeah.
Low average human. So it's probably fair to tell you that he looks tired. You look tired, Carver.
You should smile more, Carver.
And he is trying to direct you on a search of the area underneath the primary heat exchangers. So I would like the three of you to all roll me observation, please.
Okie dokie.
Observation.
Using a dice roller this time. 2 successes.
Ooh. No successes, 3 ones. I don't get stressed, but that seems like it's a bad roll.
It's not a great roll, but luckily, since you're synthetic, you just like aren't able to find anything.
Yeah.
No successes for me either.
Okay. Judith and Finch, you are not really sure what Carver expects you to be looking for here. You have a sense of what you know this organism can do, but it's patchy, right? The reports are kind of like internally inconsistent, and there's not a lot of video records. There's a lot of descriptions.
It's all hearsay.
Yeah. But you aren't able to really find it. Everything looks normal. Everything looks normal. Gray. Oh, sorry, Judith, go ahead.
I think while Judith is looking here, she is thinking, okay, we established it likes humid, warm places.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's another place where there are more people that is probably also humid. And she's just thinking in the back of her mind, she has to go where the humans do their disgusting deeds. They call it a washroom, but they don't wash it as often as they should. So she's putting that in the back of her mind.
It's like washing a bar of soap, right?
Yeah.
Or cleaning out your kitchen sink. Nobody ever does that. It doesn't need it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's constantly being scrubbed out with water and soap, therefore must be pristine at all times.
Exactly. Gray,
Yes.
with 2 successes, you not only don't find anything, but you are able to determine that not finding anything is meaningful,
Oh.
basically.
So it's like there's fuck all here.
Yeah, and not only, it's not here.
Okay.
You are pretty sure that it is not here and has not been here. There's no evidence of it being here.
Mm-hmm.
With 2 successes, I'm not sure how you want to conduct your search, but whatever brainwaves you have, thinking well, this is where it would come from, or this is what its behavior dictates it would be, when you go there to look for it, there's no evidence.
Okay. So I'll head back to wherever Carver is.
When you find Carver, he is on the phone.
I will wait for him to complete his call.
What do you mean, lied? No, he's not. He's helping me search. Okay. Well, what do you want me to do about it? This is your job. Okay. Okay. Actually, Gray, roll me mobility.
Sure.
Unless you're trying to, unless you're consciously making an effort to make noise here.
No, what's mobility? It's...
It would be agility or...
+0.
Yeah, it's an agility skill.
Agility, yeah.
Moment.
Just
Fire,
how
fire,
accidentally stealthy are you?
1 success.
1 success? You kind of accidentally sneak up on Carver.
Oh.
Right?
Oops.
He's distracted, he's on the phone, he's thinking about other things, and you just kind of naturally move kind of quietly.
I think I glide everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Whether I
You're on
need to or not.
rollies.
Yeah, casters.
So he's on the phone. Like it's just one of those wall-mounted ones, right?
Gotcha.
Is he twirling the cord and walking back and forth?
Not quite. His hand is on his holster, though. In like some kind of reflex action.
It's a
And-
security blanket.
Yeah, it's his emotional support sidearm. And he says, "Okay. Well, when you figure out what you want me to do about it, call me back." And hangs up the phone.
Okay, the second he puts the receiver down, I'll just be like, "Hello, Carver.
Duh!
I've completed my sweep. Based on inferences I was able to make about potential routes the creature could have taken through the facility, I found no evidence supporting its presence in this area."
What do you mean? What route?
Based
You know what?
on...
Never mind.
Oh, very good, sir.
Have you seen Finch?
I have not.
Okay. 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 That's fine. Let's go and find him, shall we? Let's find Judith first,
Certainly.
actually, and then we'll go and find Finch.
As Judith and Finch are finding nothing and not getting any insights into why they're finding nothing, Judith is going to turn to Finch and go, do you know of any other warm, wet places other than perhaps the washroom?
Oh, well, let's see now. Other than the fusion reactor and the washroom, which part of the washroom is usually warm?
The jacuzzi.
Depends on if they're running hot water, probably, but it is well ventilated.
That's true.
Lots of
That's-
entrances and exits, to my knowledge.
Oh,
And people
right.
like to be there.
Does the base have showers?
Yeah.
Could do. It could do. These parts of the facility to Finch are like the teacher's lounge in elementary school. I don't know what's in there. I've never been in there. I can't imagine what goes on.
It's very distant and mysterious. The colony's water reclamation is basically perfect.
Oh.
Water is very precious here. So, you can't always guarantee it's going to rain. Corbinec is relatively lucky in that it's rainy here now as part of its terraforming process. It's not always.
No.
But generally, a colony's water reclamation is pretty good.
Closed system.
So, there isn't a communal washroom, really. Every, living quarter has it, or every, basically, family living area has its own bathroom. But there is a communal, kitchen area for large gatherings, right? Every family unit has its own kitchen, but there is, a bigger one.
It's like a rec room almost.
Yeah, exactly. Communal dining was found to be a fairly important thing for community building. So they try to encourage it whenever it's possible.
Right, yeah.
So there is no big bathroom, but there is, a sewer, kind of.
Where does waste end up?
Being processed into fertilizer, actually. Let's say there's a thermal depolymerization plant as well. So
That sounds
any
like
organic
it'd be
any
pretty
organic
warm.
waste gets under high pressure and
Pasteurized.
temperature turned into basically fertilizer and petrochemicals.
We call it day soil.
Well, that seems like that would be very warm. So I relate to that to Judith. Oh, well, you know where we process all the waste from the squishy people. I understand that gets quite hot as well and very humid.
Disgusting, but I feel like we have a task that we are not completing fast enough, and we're not finding any answers here, and people might start dying more than they already have. I think we should just go there right now.
We could. I think it's very important for me to be here, just to make. I feel that this is the most important part of our mission at the moment. I prefer to stay here. I'll tell you what. I'll watch it for you. You can go. You go off. Make sure alien doesn't get to this. It'll be. But if you know what to go wallow in the day soil, that's fine. That's fine.
Damn, Judith wanted Finch to do all the gross stuff.
Wah, wah.
I'm imagining the xenomorph just swimming like Scrooge.
We can probably say that this is when Gray and Carver find you.
Yeah.
Basically, the primary heat exchanger, I'm going to say, is like this big cathedral domed structure, right? With a lot of like tubes pointing upwards and like forming like a steepled structure where cool water enters on one side and hot water comes through the other, and it like there's lots of condensation and a pretty reasonable attempt to collect it all.
It looks like a grand organ.
Yeah, kind of like a giant pipe organ that's constantly like
Yeah.
running with sheeting water.
We've never been quite sure why there's always chains dangling.
Yeah, but there is, and there's usually like a fan with a light behind it off in one corner.
Yeah,
It's just spinning a little slowly. They're very important. They get issued everywhere.
Yeah.
And yeah, Carver and Gray, you arrive, and Judith, Carver says, I want you to come down here.
Yes. And Judith comes down.
Finch,
Yes, sir.
I need you to get me something out of the crawler.
Absolutely, sir.
All right.
Could I have your assurance that people will be watching the fusion reactor, sir? I do feel very strongly that it should be. I know it looks safe now, but do you think it'll be all right while I'm gone?
We won't let anything happen to it, Finch.
Excellent,
I promise
sir.
you. Don't you worry about the fusion reactor. We're going to take good care of it.
Very good, sir. Thank you very much. And I hoist my what was it called? That's my stick welder, and I make my way towards the garage. Reluctantly.
Do, 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 do,
How are you
do.
two feeling? Carver asks you.
Feeling, sir?
Anything out of the unusual happen in the last 24 hours? Wait, what time is it? For the record, it's about 4 a.m.
There was the matter of the unidentified alien life form.
Yes, Gray. Beyond that, obviously that.
I'm uncertain what you mean, sir.
Everyone seems a bit on edge, but you probably know that is not unusual. We've been like that for months now.
Yeah, yes, Gray. Yes, Judith. Thank you. Forget I asked.
Do you need to
asked.
lie down?
No, Judith. Thank you for your concern. I think I've kept you two from your duties for long enough. Why don't you y'all get back to work, and we'll come back in the morning. Okay?
Right. I guess we operate around the clock, huh?
You can if you want to.
Because we need any kind of like rest period?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I mean, the films aren't consistent.
Well, they don't show people sleeping, for one thing.
Isn't the,
In freezers.
isn't the only thing we need like protein squeezies or whatever?
I kind of made that up because I thought it made sense. Like,
I could really go for
you've got to be an
apple slice.
energy-intensive robot, right?
Yeah.
Like, how long does one of those dog bots last on a battery?
Don't know, depends.
All I know is they have a quick eject. That's
But for whatever purposes, we can just say that you either sleep or don't, or eat or don't, or excrete or don't, depending on basically what you want, how you want to roll. But right now, I'm of the opinion that I don't actually think you need to sleep.
Sounds good.
We have things to do anyway.
I have a, it's not like a meta question, but like, is the crawler the only vehicle for that sort of long range expedition?
There are 2 of them,
Okay.
and then there's materials for 2 more in storage.
But that would be like quite a production.
Yeah, it is a valuable and expensive piece of equipment.
Yeah. Where's the second one?
It's also in the garage.
Okay.
They have cutesy names,
Like salt and pepper.
something like that, right? Meat and potatoes, death and taxes. Okay, so Carver dismisses the 2 of you.
I'm going
And-
to follow Gray out as we're both leaving. Was there more you wanted to say there, Cam? Or
I don't think so.
outside of Carver's sight and hearing, I'm going to kind of prod Gray a bit. Like,
Girl talk.
you're so androgynous. I keep forgetting. It's a good look,
mystery.
though.
Yeah.
Gray, we're not acting fast enough here.
I'm aware of that. Although we have an opportunity now to perhaps catch up on our responsibilities.
Well, my base job of shuttling people around right now is non-operational since we lost the scouting team. And there's something I'd like to hunt down if you are willing to join me.
I wonder if it might be the same objective that I'm after. What did Dr. Gardner tell you?
Pretty much everything that he told you in his little tinny voice, in his little cryo tube. But we need to go and find this creature. That, at the very least, is step 1. Beyond that, we'll have to deal with the situation as we can, but do I have you along for the ride here?
I feel that we should connect with our other compatriots and assess what their disposition is on this whole situation. Perhaps then we can more optimally direct our efforts.
While you're doing that, I will go make some rounds in the, I guess, residential area. The residential area of the compound.
All right, I guess I'll have to find Finch and Gidget. Psst, 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 psst.
Yeah. We all have radios, so we can talk that way, right?
Oh, I was going to do the old-fashioned way. Here, kitty, kitty.
Gidget.
After I
What do
leave
you do?
medical, I go to hypersleep. I go to hibernation.
Interesting. Okay. Um, the door is unlocked.
Is that normal?
No, it's a secure environment.
Not right now, it ain't.
I go in.
Power is fluctuating in here.
Do I know what would cause that?
Not really.
How do the tubes look?
Okay. Okay, so hibernation has two big branches. One is the hibernation tubes, and the other is the embryo zygote pack.
Yeah, I want the tubes.
The tubes?
Yeah.
The tubes are adulterated. When you enter hibernation, roll me observation to see how much detail you get immediately.
Definitely bad. Definitely very bad.
One success.
For one, hibernation is dark. The lights are not on in hibernation, but the first tube in the ranks has a hole in the glass plate, like a melted hole, and the interior is covered in like condensation, but there is also whoever's inside it is really, really dead. Like exceptionally dead. The tube is like there's splattered gore on the inside of it, and you can't see really into it at all.
I gave him the spledge.
Okay. I have a personal radio.
Okay.
Who do I call? Judith? Judith, we have a situation in hibernation. Seems some of the tubes have been breached.
Is this while Gray and Judith are talking or after they've split up?
Let's say that this is while you're talking, while you're still together.
Okay.
Gidget, while you're doing that, you hear a voice from nearby. Gidget?
I investigate.
Gidget, is that you?
Is that
Help.
Dr. Gardner?
Help me. It's it's Ellis, the medical technician. The one who is kind of in charge now that Vanderberg is dead.
Okay, yeah. What do they look like?
She is attached to the wall?
Like, okay, Alice, yes, it's Gidget. Hi, I'm here. Right, how do you feel?
What's happening?
You're in hibernation. It doesn't seem like anyone else is here.
Where
You're
were
safe
you?
for now. Where was I?
There was... The instruments were going... The instruments... We got an alarm. I came to check it out.
Can I medical aid check?
Yes.
Just breathe deep for me. Okay, 2 successes.
It seems likely to you that she has been implanted by a alien organism and probably has hours of life left, depending on how far along it is. You would need to know when she came in here.
Ellis, when did you come in here? When did the alarm go off?
11 Oh, 2300?
2300, and it's 4 o'clock now-ish. Oh.
How? What is this?
Is there an alarm I can hit to summon help?
There's probably there will be a fire alarm in here.
God. That might pull the wrong kind of help. Yeah, fire alarm. Yeah.
Okay.
That's like everybody's going to hear that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You hit the fire alarm, and the sprinklers begin dumping water. And it's not a bell; it is a I don't know, kind of more like a shipboard.
Boop, boop, boop,
Yeah, like this
boop,
really
boop,
piercing
boop.
pulse noise.
Heavy in the bass.
Yeah, it's the kind of thing that you would hear through earpro.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I also have X drugs, and I have no idea what those do, but would they help?
Yeah, what the fuck is an X drug?
I don't know.
I'll
I
have to look
6
that
of
up.
them. I have D6.
You're just carrying them around?
It's part of my gear.
Okay.
Drugs?
Drugs. It's one of the items.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
Yeah.
So imagine the
I
rest of
think-
it.
Is there any way? Like, are there any tools or implements that I can use to safely get this down from the wall, or?
Okay. X drugs are narcotics. They're stimulants. They increase strength or dexterity. They cause addiction.
No.
They're the good
Okay.
stuff.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Not right now.
Can cause hallucinations.
No. I need Ellis loosen at least a little bit.
She is attached to a wall via some kind of like secreted resin. It's black and oily and glassy and seems quite hard.
Okay. Okay, I'll leave that. Just like, Ellis, you still with me?
I can't feel my legs.
It's okay. Just, can you feel your arms?
No.
Okay, do you remember what happened?
I came in here and I saw the tubes, and then something hit me from behind. And then I had a dream about suffocating, gorging.
All right, you're doing excellent, Ellis. Just keep talking.
Give me a observation roll, please.
Two successes.
Ba ba ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba.
Hot-da-ba. Hot-da-ba-ga-da.
Gidget, behind you.
I turn around.
Behind you, a 2-meter tall humanoid organism made out of black glass has appeared from somewhere. It is very, very still and appears to be looking at you, if such a thing can be said to be looking at anything. It seems to be looking through you.
Going to slowly reach up to my radio and try to call Marshal Carver.
So the rest of us would have heard the
Yes,
fire
all
alarm,
three
right?
of you hear a klaxon and fire in hypersleep compartment.
And Gray and Judith would have heard that quick message from Gidget on the radio right before that. So Judith's off running.
Same. We'll do the T1000 runs.
Okay, where are you running to?
To
Cryo.
yeah.
Okay. You arrive there slightly before the firefighters do.
Judith will try and gun out now. Stealthily case as much as she can see of the entrance and beyond to see anything unusual.
Give me observation rolls. Finch, what are you doing?
I was on my way to the garage to, and what was I was sent to get? What was I sent to get?
You were supposed to check to see if there was anything left in the crawler.
Okay. Well, yeah. What would Finch do? He's got a direct order from a superior, and he's not a firefighter. And how close is hibernation to the fusion reactor?
Good question. I think it's sensible that it would be... Fusion reactors don't put out radiation, right? They don't put out ionizing radiation,
Right.
but they're probably still worried.
Mm-hmm.
It's the entire genetic future of the colony.
Mm-hmm.
Probably safe to keep it away from any high areas of EM flux in general. Because it's not just like human embryos, it's not just people in hibernation, it's also like a seed bank. That kind of thing. So probably keeping it away from a large electromagnetic, like, torus is wise.
Excellent.
And magnetic, like, yeah. So probably far away.
Excellent.
Probably
Well,
far
then-
away.
Then I think in the strata of priorities inside of Finch's head, that alarm isn't as high as it should be, and he sort of takes that in stride and thinks to himself, "Oh well, I'd better hurry up then, shouldn't I?" And starts running towards the garage to get this order completed as quickly as possible, just in case he is needed elsewhere.
Okay. And like, it's... Thinking about it, everyone probably has like rudimentary firefighting training. It's probably like being on a ship, right? Where like there's a fire, there's probably people who are experts in that kind of thing, but it's kind of, if you don't get this dealt with, it's very bad.
Stop, drop, and roll.
Gidget, the organism reaches out towards you.
I stay
And-
still.
Yeah, you stay still, and it pushes you aside.
I let it.
Okay. It looks up in like it pauses to consider Ellis, and seems to like give her a once over, and then it looks up at the fire extinguishers, at the sprinkler system. You hear in the room amid like because sprinklers just dump water.
Yeah.
Right? They just, like, it's an enormous volume of water very quickly. And so it's very noisy. There's the klaxon, but there's also the sound of other things moving. Like the frantic splashing of something energetic moving into like frantically moving through water.
I'm here to protect Ellis, so I'm just going to stay beside her.
Okay. Finch, you arrive at the garage. Actually, as you're coming to the garage, Ross, you see Ross like come running out.
Okay. I'll say, oh, Ross, sir. Where's the fire?
He looks surprised and then frightened of you. It's like, Finch, I'll be right back. Okay.
Right you are, sir.
Okay, just
Continue into the garage.
go into the garage and wait for me. Okay.
Will do, sir. Of
We'll be
course.
right back. We'll be right back.
Certainly. Go
And
I go up to see-
he runs off, presumably to help be a firefighter. Judith and Gray, you have entered hibernation. Judith, you see a 2-meter tall, black, glassy organism standing over Gidget.
Now, with 2 successes, do I see anything else?
It's blocking your view of much else, but you don't see Ellis. But you see that, like, in the flickering lights, or no, it would just be emergency lighting at this point. The red emergency lighting coming on. Multiple hibernation tubes have been breached. And there are either holes in them, and the occupants seem to be dead, having died gory, violent deaths. And there is also something wrong in the embryo-zygote pack. Gray.
I would like to use my talent.
All right.
It's called Breakthrough. You've done it! Once per game session, you automatically pass an observation roll of your choice without needing to make the roll. In order to avoid spoiling the scenario, the GM has final say on whether or not this talent can be used for a particular role. I just kind of want to figure out what in the fuck is going on. Because there's a lot of information to process here.
Knowing what you know about the organism's life cycle, it appears to have decided, or it appears to have found in hibernation a rich supply of hosts and organic material to use to
Yikes.
reproduce.
Well, that's bad. It also seems to have grown to full size very quickly.
They do that.
Shit.
Behind you, you hear the heavy footfalls of many humans in clumsy, bulky equipment. The organism turns towards the sound of the approaching humans.
I'm gonna move swiftly to intercept them and warn them off. I'll just be like, stop! There's an alien organism inside the next room. You mustn't go near it.
Gidget and Judith. The organism swiftly climbs past you and up. It just goes like, suddenly, like, it hears the footfalls as well as you hear them. It hears them. And it goes like...
I have to return to my home planet.
So it's just gone, then?
You can try to do something.
Did Gidget want to do anything before I do something?
I was going to focus on Alice.
Okay. Did Judith pick up that there were multiple splashing things around?
Yes, with your observation roll of 2, there are many things moving here.
Okay. Judith is going to track them as far as she can, but not shoot one because there's others there. Don't want to get them mad, but try and track where they go, and
Okay.
close the door so that people don't come rushing in.
Roll observation.
All right.
I'm more comfortable asking you to make just like random rolls. The game system doesn't want human characters to do it because it carries with it the possibility of catastrophic failure, but
Gotcha.
We don't get stress.
I feel a bit more comfortable asking for random rolls.
Yeah, this time I don't succeed.
There is currently a klaxon, sprinklers, the lighting is dim, there's flickering regular power lighting, and there's black crud everywhere. It's very difficult to see what is going on. The environment appears to be very confusing and difficult to track anything through. So, unfortunately, you're not able to see where it goes, but it is gone.
Okay.
See ya.
Judith will run over to Gidget and point outwards as a guard.
Okay.
Allow Gidget to do what Gidget is doing.
Does does the radio only go like 1-to-1, or can you like multi-channel on it?
Whatever's most convenient dramatically.
I mean, I just kind of wanted to call Gidget and Judith.
Like, they aren't that far away from you.
Oh, is it like they're in earshot?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
We're
I mean, well,
outside
earshot
the
is
door.
probably actually quite unreliable in a place like this, but then again, so would your radio.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess radio is at least closer to their head.
Hmm.
Like, I was gonna call them up and like quiet-ishly so that they can hear it over the noise, but like maybe not so much that it attracts attention, because I have no idea what's going on in there. I'll just be like, Gidget? Judith? What's going on in there?
Gidget?
Dr. Scott?
The organism has grown to exceed 2 meters in height. It appears highly mobile. It climbed away when Judith approached. Several of the tubes have been damaged. A lot of the people are dead. Do we have enough supplies to wake everyone up right now?
Is that advisable? Oh, you mean like people who are sleeping in beds? Or are you talking like unfreeze everyone?
Yeah, unfreeze.
Is that that a good idea?
The organism appears to be using them as a food source and host.
Right,
and
okay, to evacuate them. Okay, yeah, no, that makes sense.
We need to get them out of here.
Okay. What a pain in the ass. Do we have that kind of supplies? Like, what do we actually need? We also have these firefighters here who I was going to try to keep out.
They burst in. Like, the firefighters are here.
Good.
One's carrying, like, whoever's in the lead, they've got like a gas mask and a helmet and are wearing like a heavy asbestos coat and quite clearly pajama leggings. Right? And like 3, then 4, then 5 people like follow each other in and seem to look extremely confused.
Judith will yell at them. There's no fire. Get your guns out.
Do they have their guns? I'll join the others in the room.
You have to push past like the firefighters to get to them.
That doesn't sound very difficult.
It's hard to prioritize information.
Yeah.
I
Gidget,
can't recommend shooting the creature, as the earlier stage seemed to contain a lot of acid within its body.
I was going to ask
Better than
Gidget, like, because
axes.
it was Gidget's idea. What's our most efficient means of thawing and evacuating everyone?
We
Like, I
triage
don't
the
actually know what
tubes, and then
Where's the fire? Get out of here!
Judith is just pointing at her gun. Get your guns out.
ideally we could have Kincaid issue an evacuation for the entire base.
Screaming comes from the hallway,
Oh boy.
and we're going to go to our first break. Welcome back to Session 3 of Alien First Law here on Dice Friends. We just had a kind of interesting sequence of events that is still playing out. I believe we last left our group with the sound of humans screaming.
Yep.
I feel like I'm probably closest to it, so I'm going to push back past the firefighters and investigate.
They, in their equipment, they have like radios in their ears. They have a little window into the world that's about this big, and otherwise they're wearing incredibly bulky fireproof equipment.
Right.
So they can't hear or see very well. And it occurs to you that they're basically helpless.
That's bad.
And like even the fact that there was some screaming at all is surprising, because they are like, they're trying to shout at you to get out of their way because you're in a place where there's a fire, and it's just coming through as like, right? It sounds kind of like a cross between the pyro from Team Fortress and Beaker.
Oh boy.
And suddenly there's just like a press of human bodies pushing you into hibernation as there's a panic, just raw animal panic from the firefighters, or from
That's
the
not
colonists.
That's not what they're supposed to do at all. They're supposed to deal with fires, and that
Doggone it.
means not panicking.
So they're pushing into hibernation?
Yeah, they're running. They're bolting from something. Like they've dropped their gear. And as they flee into hibernation, behind them, the organism has dropped down into the hallway and is like holding the limp form of one of the firefighters. And drops it.
What?
It's the wall is splattered with gore. And it turns to look at another firefighter who's like on the ground and trying to crawl away from it. You have no idea who any of these people are.
Okay, well that's irrelevant. Is there... I'm looking for like a hafted object of some sort in my immediate vicinity because I want to go protect this person.
There's a pry bar on the ground
I will,
that someone has dropped.
I will snatch that up and interpose myself between the creature and this person who's crawling.
Okay. Melee combat.
Oh boy. This is not something I'm good at, but humans come first.
Okay.
I love that Finch, who has probably the highest strength in the party, is just off at the other end of the facility.
Yep.
I'm the scientist.
Okay. Roll close combat. It doesn't seem to pay any attention to you.
All right. So that's just strength?
Strength plus close combat.
Sure. Don't. Swing and a miss.
Well, you're able to actually line up a shot on this, and like you're capable of putting one foot in front of the other and doing all that complicated calculus that humans spend several months learning how to do before they can walk. And you run up to it, and do you swing it like a baseball bat? Do you try to like pierce it?
That makes sense.
Okay.
Let's get
You swing and bounce off of it. Right. It's like if you took a swing at a pop bottle with a blunt sword.
Wait, I know exactly what this is like.
That is exactly why I chose that.
If somebody would like to link that video right now, you can see this scene playing out precisely as it just did.
And like, your arm is like a shock has all the force that you put into it came right back into you.
Ooh. I experience pain. We can do that, right?
Yeah, you experience pain as information
I
sent
detect
to your
pain.
Yeah. What humans would interpret as pain is merely information fed to your sensorium. Right? Like, don't do that again.
It's like, oh.
It turns to look at you.
Hello.
Gidget and Judith.
Yes.
There are now probably about 10 or 12 firefighters who have pushed their way in here, who have kind of actually stampeded their way in here.
Is this a dead end?
This is a closed room. There is one way in or out of here.
I'm going to help direct them into the most defensible corner of the room and through, like, I assume through down the couple stairs to the working area of this defrost room.
It's kind of like a U-shaped building, really, or a U-shaped module. Or maybe like a letter E.
Letter E, yeah.
An uppercase letter E. With like a big like independent power system or battery pack in the middle, right? Mm-hmm. It's like plugged in, but if there's a power interruption, it sustains its own power for like a couple of days until it can get power back. And then there's one branch that is hibernation and one branch that is cryogenics. Mm-hmm. And the seed bank.
I'll basically try to direct them in so that they stop stampeding and they start actually forming.
They're like, they can't communicate. They're in a blind panic. They are like, several of them seem to have been crushed under each other's feet. They're wearing heavy like rebreathing equipment. I don't know if you've ever lifted an oxygen tank, but it's heavy. And if you fall over, like, it's a struggle to get back up, especially if somebody's stepping on your hand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone I see that's fallen, I want to go help up.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're doing damage control.
You're trying to pull people to their feet. And like the klaxon is still going, the sprinklers have stopped dumping water, but there's several centimeters of like, the water sprinklers dump is not like potable water, right? It's probably been sitting in those pipes for years, right? It's like if you never emptied your kettle, right? It's full of like minerals and
oh, it's stinking.
Yeah. And they're like trying to pull their masks off A couple seem to have broken limbs.
Jeez.
Finch, you're in the garage.
I am, and I will go. I will go over to the crawler and open up the doors and start rummaging around. And there, thing he's going to see that Queen tape, and he's going, "Thank you very much. I'll let that." He never gave it back, and he loads it in, and starts playing Killer Queen as he starts into his tape recorder, his cassette player. Starts playing that as he looks about the crawler.
Don't stop me now. That's the soundtrack
More
over this
Dynamite
like
Gelatine.
catastrophe
Yeah.
that's happening.
Yeah,
Roll me observation.
certainly. Ooh, da-da-da. Oh, dice roller, what a friend. Are you my friend? You are my friend. I got one success.
You have successfully removed all of the relevant samples from the crawler.
Excellent.
The other team seems to have thoroughly investigated the crawler, and there doesn't seem to be anything left here to find.
Do you find a Rolo under the seat, though?
Ooh. If
Yeah, you find something sticky under a seat. It might be a donut. Hopefully, let's go with donut.
Excellent. Well, Marshal Carver needs to know about this, so I get on the horn immediately. Is Marshal Carver, may I? Are you available? Click. No?
Ding dong.
Dang. All right. Well, he pokes the sticky thing under the seat gently, and it doesn't seem to move, and it seems like human food. And and he gets back on the horn, and he calls up Budge, the supervisor at the fusion reactor. Is that Budge? Are you available? Come in.
Finch, what's going on? There's a fire in hibernation.
I thought there might be. I hope that's going all right.
We have no idea.
Oh, that's all right. I'm sure we've got a volunteer fire department, so to speak, working on that. I just wanted to call in, make sure everything's all right at the fusion reactor. Everything's still fine over there.
Everything's fine, Finch. Why do you ask?
Oh, can't be too careful, can you? These fusion reactors. I don't need to tell you your job. Or it's like a small sun in there, I think you said. And I don't know. I worry sometimes. You know me. I'm a worrier.
Thank you, Finch. No, nothing's wrong. We just appreciate any news you have, if you know what's going on.
No, I imagine that there is some sort of small fire in the hibernation chambers. How big could it be? It's very cold in there. I'm sure it'll sort itself out. Anyway, just wanted to give you a call, and if anything does happen at the fusion reactor, please know that I am. If you call me away, I am being ordered to be here right now. But if you give me an order to be where you are, I'll very happily come down and make sure you're all right.
All right. Budge just says that. Thank you, Finch. Thank you.
You're very welcome, sir. Goodbye. And he turns that off, and he stands perfectly still for Ross to come back, or for Carver to radio him and tell him where he is.
That's sensible. That's utterly
All right.
sensible.
Yeah. Not even blinking.
Nope.
Gray,
All
the
right.
organism turns to you.
Hello. Oh, I'm gonna get thumped.
Interesting result. How would this have an interpretation here?
Please just tell me if the alien has to eat it again.
Not this one. It turns to look at you
Yes.
and seems confused. It swats at you Knocking you backwards, basically. It's tremendously strong.
Okay.
Um,
How strong
and you
is it?
drop whatever you're carrying.
Oh, shit. Okay, so that's the pry bar's down. Am I able to assess, like, what the difference in strength between us are? Because, like, I'm a little more than a human, but probably not by much, at least nowhere near as much as Finch is.
This has roughly double human strength.
Okie dokie. Well, actually, no, I think I have regular bog standard. No, I am strength 3.
It is nearly twice your strength.
Okay, that's bad.
It doesn't seem to know what to make of you, so it just like swats at you and like almost like it's trying to just get you out of the way to find out what actually attacked it.
Okay. Well, I'm going to continue blocking it from this firefighter. Can I like glance over my shoulder to see if he's like hurt or if he's getting to his feet?
The firefighter is scrabbling at their face mask and they pull it off. It is Kraus. I don't know if you know who Kraus is, but Kraus is one of the colonists. I just have a list of names.
How sour of a look on his face does he have right now?
Really?
I
I
don't
would
get it.
love to make an observation roll here to see if I can suss out some place that I could like direct him to like get out of line of sight.
Sure.
You know, I have this skill that I'm good at. Let's see what we can do. That is 1 success.
And you're looking for a way out?
Yeah, some place that Kraus could like escape to, like a doorway or like behind something even.
The corridor here has like yeah, there's probably like a tool room or a utility room nearby where they could hide.
Okay, I'll say quite loudly and clearly, it's just like, Kraus, tool room, on your right, or wherever it actually is.
Okay. They're
Like, go. Is this gonna be a manipulate roll, or are they just gonna...
it might actually be a command thing. If you can roll me empathy
Let's see what I have for...
to try to get them to their feet.
Come on, big money. Nope.
They are not moving. They're staring in utterly bewildered terror at this thing. Gore from the like crumpled body is like spreading on the floor, mixing with sprinkler water. Like there's just, it's carnage. It's utter carnage. And they are on the ground in like paralyzed with fear.
Gotcha. Next best thing, I'm going to have to pick them up and take them into the tool room.
Okay. You will have to get past the organism.
Okay, so I'm just trying to like figure out in my mind's eye what arrangement is. Well, if that's what the way we're right, because it pushed me. Okay.
Like it shoved you to the ground and was like scanning around behind you, looking for whatever actually attacked it.
Sure.
Because this is like, I don't know, if somebody like slapped you in the back of the head and you turned around and there was like just your microwave on a shelf behind you. Right,
So
and like the door was kind of open.
Yeah.
Your first instinct would not be, clearly the microwave door attacked me.
Yeah, gotcha.
Right.
Is the creature looking at me or at Kraus?
It's looking beyond you. It goes Kraus, the creature, then you. And it is looking past you towards hibernation. It's not looking at Kraus at all.
So it's looking past me. I'd like to try. Again, this is still like not what I'm good at, but I'd like to try and like shove it. Like
Okay.
to just like put some distance.
Barrel into it?
Ideally. Not like tackle it, but just like ideally I'd like to knock it on its ass, but I'm gonna manage my expectations. Like I just like to get it further away from Kraus and myself closer to him, if that's possible.
Okay, roll me close combat.
Let's see. Show me potato salad. 2 successes.
Yeah.
On a 3 dice roll. Let's
Nice.
fucking go.
Yeah. All right.
Yahtzee.
Okay. You launch yourself at it. And synthetics are pretty heavy. Right? You're pretty heavy and pretty strong and pretty
You call me
precise.
fat?
And it does not expect it from you. Once again, you would not expect your microwave to just be like, ha ha! And it is knocked backwards. You
Awesome.
charge into it. I don't know if you try to grapple it or if you just
No,
try to
I
use...
just want to like push it away.
Okay. I mean, yeah, like they're not invincible in close combat. Remember, Vasquez killed one in melee.
She did have a 1911 though.
She grappled one,
No, that's true.
right, and then fed it an entire clip, right?
Magazine.
You presume I care. Bold of you. Yeah, no, you shove it. There's actually a rule here called shove.
Awesome.
And push it away from Kraus.
Yep.
It squeals, hisses. It makes an extremely pissed off noise
Oh,
and thrashes on the ground for a moment out of apparent surprise.
get microwaved.
I mean, we would nuke them if we could.
Inside hibernation. There's screaming and confusion, and suddenly more motion.
Uh-oh.
Out of cryogenics,
Ah,
there's the sound of sharp metallic noises on a hard surface, like a clicking noise.
I run there. I go there very fast.
Okay, so you were trying to like help the firefighters
Yeah,
up,
I was
right?
gonna try to work my way to the door that they came in through to like look at what was causing them to scream, but this is like a closer, more immediate source of potential peril.
Yeah.
Right. So Judith, you hear this as well, like tick 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 tick, and one of the firefighters like pulls off their mask and is tackled by the thing from the crawler, the thing that you brought back that you found under the chair.
Except not floppy and dead.
It is not floppy nor dead.
Who's closer? Is Judith like closest? Can you intervene? Like,
I will if I'm close enough. I guess I can't just shoot it because it's on someone's head.
I'm not going to tell you how to live your life.
I think my
I want to
programming.
grab it then if you're hesitating.
Yeah, if my programming would not allow for that, so I'm just gonna like rip and tear if possible.
You are huge. That means you have huge guts. Rip and tear.
All right. Try to grab this thing. It moves with terrifying speed and precision. The long tail is clearly like some kind of propulsion aid, not just like balance, but it carries it like forward like a stinger almost, and then like uses it to like leap forward. And this firefighter pulls off their mask, and this thing just like wraps the tail around their throat like a memory bracelet, right? Just like
Snap.
Yeah,
And
snap bracelet.
like kind of like a snap bracelet, like that same kind of speed. And they don't even like they're completely helpless. They're utterly helpless. So you can try to pull it off of them.
I will attempt to pull it off of them, and I'm just gonna be yelling at this person like, "Are you all babies? Can you not do anything yourself?"
Give me a strength or a close combat roll.
Close combat.
Close combat.
Same roll as before. That's a roll of 3, and that is no successes.
You're trying to like, you just grab a couple of these things like fingers, right? And try to get your own fingers under it and pull it off. And all you're doing is lifting the firefighter's head.
I'm just shaking the baby right now, is what I'm doing.
Yeah, kind of.
Great.
There's more ticking, like you're lifting them off the ground, trying to pull this thing off.
I've heard that's not good for humans, so I'll try and
Making
find
someone do
another
the teddy
way.
bear dance?
Yeah.
Lifting someone by their neck is usually not great.
Do I hear more?
Yes.
Okay.
So I was running to the cryo zone when this happened. And you said
5-second cut
ticking?
to Finch. Just like.
It's like
Go ahead,
the tape ends.
The tape is turned out. Yeah. And the tape ends. He takes it out, flips it, puts it back in, presses play.
Fantastic.
Gidget, you said you were while Judith is trying to pull this off of the firefighter, you were going past them into cryogenics, you said?
Yeah, I guess. If it sounded like there was more than this one.
Yeah, there now is the sound of several of these things moving in the water.
So you said it was like a U-shaped room, so it's all interconnected and there's no like barriers between the two sides.
Like there's the it's basically like there are 3 sections, right? One of them is the battery control, like the battery power system in the middle.
Yeah.
But they are separate from one another.
Okay. So yeah, I'm just gonna try to find the closest skittering creature and grab it.
Okay. Through the water on the floor, some of them, there's like a dozen of them. Some of them are like up on their digits, walking along like spiders. A couple swim.
God, just way too many. I just want to yell to the firefighters, keep your masks on!
It's not even a bad idea.
Oh, God. Fast.
While Gidget is thinking about that, and Judith is like, "Oh, this is useless," radioing to everyone. Just everyone. All firefighters, keep your masks on. Everyone in the base. there is a non-fire emergency in cryo. Be prepared to defend yourself, preferably run away from any encounters you find. And then gonna start trying to sight up with my gun any of the skittering.
Yeah, I was be like, shoot them! And I guess, oh god, so we have to get everyone out of the room. So I gotta go to the door, the main door, the exit,
Yeah.
and check outside.
Okay. Yeah, Gidget, you get outside, and there is this scene of carnage. Of like this one murdered firefighter, another one like trying to crawl away on the ground, and Gray and the organism fighting.
Yeet.
Gray,
Yeah.
it's its turn.
Oh, good. Getting back up is an action, right?
It's been pushed away from you, so it has a lot of attack modes that are meant to basically stun and incapacitate humans, but seem to have no effect on synthetics.
Neat.
So it gets up, and with grace matching your own,
Uh-oh.
it stalks towards you menacingly. If you were a human, this would add a couple of levels of stress to you.
I bet.
It gazes directly into you and finds nothing there that it understands.
Well, likewise. I mean,
Yeah.
I have files here.
You the glassy dome of its head is slicked with blood.
That's really grody. Okay, so what's the arrangement now? It's just like alien, myself.
You have knocked it back a couple of meters,
Mhm.
and so you are standing basically right next to Kraus, and it is a little ways away from you, and it has gotten to its feet and is making some kind of threat display,
Cool
probably
story.
trying to size you up.
Okay. How close is this tool room door?
It is it is 2 meters behind you and to your left.
So
and,
back the way he came.
Yes, it is.
and it's like it's a closed door.
For our purposes, let's say it's open.
Can I grab Kraus and like chuck him through the open door?
First one, yes. Second one, maybe.
Well,
Give me
we
a
don't-
strength roll.
All right, let's push our luck on these low stats. Hey, say 1 success.
You are able to lift him to his feet and push him.
Yeah, that'll do.
Uh,
I'll repeat the previous command with the exact same inflections, like tool room on your right, go.
In 3 meters.
Gidget, you see Gray lift Kraus to his feet and, like, shove him towards an open door. And Kraus, like, staggers to his feet, run, and, like, covers the distance. Like, it's not very far, right? It's, like, 2 steps away. And, like, does the thing where he grabs onto the door frame and, like, staggers into the room, and the door closes.
Boy, I hope he gets to tell this story in a bar someday.
I want to tackle the alien.
Just,
Okay. Roll me close combat.
What are the assist rules?
No successes.
You launch yourself at it, and once again, it seems confused and a little surprised that this is happening to it. However, it just brushes you aside as you charge at it. Gray, your turn. Or actually, Judith,
Yeah.
you drop the firefighter.
I drop the firefighter.
You have your gun out.
I have my gun out. I give out the radio call. And that is like to the whole base if possible, but like to everyone nearby, at least. And now I'm trying to like sight up any of the skitterers and shoot any that I can.
Roll me ranged combat. You are going to... It is dark, so that is going to be a modifier. These are small targets, so that is going to be another modifier. It is dim light, a small target. So the modification is -3.
So instead of rolling 12, I roll 9.
Yeah, I think these subtract from successes. Actually, let me make sure. Let me make sure that this is how it works.
Is Finch doing anything right now?
Finch is... he's a bit upset because he's not upset, but he is a bit concerned because he's got that facility-wide call from Judith saying that there's something more serious than a fire that is going down in hibernation, and is weighing whether this becomes danger enough to be a concern to his own priorities.
Beep, beep, beep,
Yeah.
beep, boop, 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 beep, 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 boop, beep.
You believe that this does constitute a real and present danger to the people who you are programmed to protect.
All right. In which case, the numbers add up. The loading screen is finished, and he presses stop on Freddie Mercury and beelines it towards hibernation.
All right. Yeah, you can leave a divot in the ground if you want, where you push off from with your strength.
Will do.
I don't know if your Nike Air pops or
Oh,
like
God. You know the end of Blade Runner when Roy, like, smashes his head through the wall? It's just like... Deckard! Like, oh, Jesus.
yeah, no, you are very fast when you want to move.
Mm-hmm.
So you can get there quickly.
Then this is what I will do, and on the way there, I will take out. He's got that. If you've ever seen Buster Keaton run, this is a very old reference.
Yes,
You'll probably
that's
for a
very
young
good.
audience. But when Buster Keaton runs, look him up, kids. His entire torso and head is perfectly still, while the arms and legs are going a mile a minute. It is something to behold.
It's got such a long stride too. It's bizarre.
Yeah.
Okay.
And while that is happening, he's on his communicator going, Marshal Carver, sorry, something very important has come up. I'm no longer in the and it doesn't care if anyone is responding. I'm no longer in the garage. It clicks off. Dr. Ross, I've left the garage. I am in hot pursuit towards the hibernation. Something is happening, and puts it there because he does feel a certain responsibility to go through that chain of command, even when he's taken off.
Seems good. All right, we'll say you'll be there shortly.
Excellent.
Awesome.
Judith, yeah, it's your normal dice pool -3 dice.
-3 dice. Okay.
-3 dice.
Roll dice. 2 successes, and I do want to say I want to leave 1 intact to try and lunge and grab after.
Okay. So you just have like a service pistol?
M4A3 service pistol.
Okay. So That gives you 1 point of damage, and you got how many successes?
2.
2? Boopy-doo. Boopy-de-doopy. So many pools. Yeah, you draw and line up and fire, and one of them just like collapses as you put like one round right through like the the meatiest part of it.
The
Yeah.
Fidudium.
And there's like a splash, and suddenly like an acrid smell hits the air.
Water's good for acid, right?
Is it acid to water? Water to acid? Acid to water is not bad. It's still exothermic, but it's not explosive.
We're diluting it.
Yeah, you want to add acid to water.
Okay.
Otherwise, if you add water to acid, it immediately boils all the water and goes...
And splashes in your face.
So that's one down.
Yeah.
Several more leap forward onto the firefighters
Gosh darn.
who are struggling on the ground.
Oh.
There's now, like, this has just been like chaos since the word go.
Yeah.
These people had no idea what they were stepping into, and they still don't understand what's happening to them.
With the numbers going as they are, Judith is going to stop trying to shoot every jumper and just go to like grab one.
Okay.
Just try to capture one.
Okay. Next turn. Gray, it is your turn.
Gidget, shall
Gidget
we
has-
try... Sorry, go ahead.
Gidget has just come out of nowhere past you
Gotcha.
and attacked it.
Gidget, shall we try together?
Yes, Gray, we need to get the people out of the room.
I meant our present issue. Because, like, we're sort of, like, next to this alien. God, what do I do with this stupid thing?
It brushed Gidget aside. Does that mean that you're now kind of in a pincer formation?
That's what I was thinking. It's like, are we on either side of it?
Sure, let's say that.
Yeah, like, my plan is to, like, grab it by the tail and try to haul it somewhere out of the pathway.
Yeah, okay. I'm down with that.
Okay,
We
Great,
can
what
both
do you
try
want to do?
sort of grab it.
We need to clear the hallway.
Okay. So I guess we could both try to grab it.
Yeah.
I don't know how the hell that's going to work rules-wise, but
we can work something out.
I got 3 dice.
Roll me those 3 dice in close combat.
Wham! 1 success.
And you were trying to grab it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're able to get a
Hold
hold
on.
onto it, at least.
Because if it's twice as strong as me, and there's 2 of us, I know math.
Yeah, you are able to grab a hold of it. And I don't know if you want to try to pin its arm. I don't watch MMAs, so I assume that there's something you could do
Let's
here
talk
that's
about
quite
rear
efficient.
naked choke, which I don't know if you can do. With
I don't
like
think that would work here.
Okay. We want to make it tap.
It is its turn. It needs to get out of this grapple with you, I think. And
Stand by for career-ending footage of Gray.
it succeeds in throwing you aside.
Don't.
kind of trivially. Like you're like being like, okay, I take its arm and then I fold it like this and then up here, and that will make it very difficult for it to, and it's just like and throws you against the wall.
Yeah, just imagine I just go like poof and like land back on my feet like it's nothing. It's like, how rude.
Yeah. Actually, okay, so grappling is supposed to be an opposed one. So that was its role, to resist your grapple.
Okay, yeah, in that case,
Right,
it's like, aw, beans.
So like you gave it your best shot and it's just too strong and too, it knows what it's doing. It knows how to handle itself. It launches through the air at you. It's done playing.
Uh-oh.
It inflicts 1 point of damage on you.
Yay.
Mainly just through its sheer mass. And it actually succeeds in just like, it shifts all its momentum forward and drags you with it back into hibernation.
Oh, beans.
Gidget. It's suddenly just like, it went that way, and now Gray gone.
Gidget, could you
follow it.
assist?
Yeah.
Yeah, you follow it. You can just chase right after it.
All right. What I basically want to do is shove it to the side of the doorway so that the doorway is clear.
Okay. Roll me close combat.
1 success.
Yeah, you can shove it. Getting it clear, you can get it out of the doorway, at least clear the doorway of it.
Yeah. Because I just need to make it clear to people. Just like, everyone out! We need everyone to evacuate!
A couple of the firefighters have managed to struggle to their feet and are trying to get back out of the door. Several more of them appear incapacitated or injured.
Yeah.
Judith. You are trying to grab one of these things?
Yes.
There is one that is as yet unattached that you can try to grab.
Is this agility?
This is close combat.
Oh.
So I think it's... Close combat is strength based.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I shouldn't have spec'd into mobility.
That's a 3 compared to an 8. Let's see. Roll the dice. Oh, 1 success.
You are able to pick it up, at least. You grab it by the tail.
That's what I'm trying to do, is like grab it by the tail and like keep it unattached to anything else.
Okay.
And I guess at this point, I noticed that the thing has burst through the door with Gray.
Yes, Gray, like, what?
Okay.
Just
Like,
thinking of like in Half-Life, there's a thing where the scientist will like tumble through a window, snap to his feet, and say, "Greetings."
like this is not quite that, right? Because it just like launched itself at you, picked you up off the ground, and like threw you forward. Like as a way to kind of arrest its movement where it decided where it wanted to stop. So like Gray just kind of like sails past you into a wall.
Yeesh.
And
I would like to swivel around,
Mm-hmm.
point the gun at the thing, and look directly at the fully grown one.
Yeah. Okay, like that was your turn. You grab it by the tail.
Yeah.
And its tail goes like it snaps around your forearm up to the bicep, basically, and it is otherworldly strong. And it's trying to like
snake.
it The tail coils around your arm and starts tightening. Finch,
Yes.
you are hella moving. You'll be there next turn.
Yay.
Okay. Good stuff. And as he screams by the entrance to the fusion reactor, he just rubbernecks inside really quick. Everything's so okay, good, and keeps going.
Yeah.
He's so good at his job.
Like you're running like with enough, avec la force, so much so that like your clothing is actually acting as a brake on you.
It's stabilizers.
Yeah. Like your hat is just like Gray. The firefighter, two firefighters have struggled to their feet and are trying to escape past the thing.
So I just crashed into a wall, huh?
Let's say that that's where your point of damage, that's contributed to your 1 point of damage.
Okay. God, see, now I have like a further context of just like how much worse this mess is.
Yeah. Are you like unnaturally dented in the torso?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
It's like milk. Can I make an observation roll? I just want to like scan around the room, see if there's like any kind of like implement or just something to give us or me other options. I'm not actually sure what I'm looking for, but
Sure. There are discarded oxygen tanks. There is firefighting equipment. There is a hose.
Yeah, did people bring a hose in?
They absolutely brought a hose in.
okay. Are you thinking like try to restrain it?
Yeah.
Fuck it. Yeah, let's rodeo.
Okay.
I have no idea how this is going to work, but let's try our cowboy skills
Okay.
with this hose.
There is also like, I have no idea what a fire hose looks like, really, honestly. This is like
It's like thick canvas.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
thick canvas and then like a brass nozzle on the end.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You have several options with it, right? It would probably make a decent flail. You could turn actually turn the water on, or you could try to like use it as some kind of nunchuck. I don't know.
I was thinking like
I think I want to go for the
Restrict-
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm figuring like the least fancy option. Just like maybe like loop it around and try to like I guess the word I'm looking for is like bridle it.
Yeah. Okay.
To
Like-
ride it?
No, not
Yeah, I was
ride
thinking
it.
to like try to attach it to a hard point in the room or something like that. Just limit its
Okay.
mobility, limit its ability to attack.
Well, let's see if I can at least ensnare it in some way.
Okay. Yeah. Roll me. This is going to be another close combat roll unless you have a different
Okay.
skill you feel is relevant here.
Observation, survival, comm, mobility. I have lots of agility, unfortunately. Yeah, I
Same.
can make another combat roll.
Okay.
Let's go for Wacha! One success. Man, this like 3 strength score is putting in work today.
Yeah. See, if you were human, you would have stress dice to throw into this, but you don't. Yeah, sure. Why not? Yeah, you're able to use this hose to restrain it a little bit. You're able to
It's something
attach one of its arms to its body with it, let's say.
awesome.
Gidget. Or, sorry, Greg, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like I feel like if the rest of us act quickly and with coordination, we might be able to like actually restrain it before it has a chance to like undo everything. Because like 3-on-1 might be enough. So,
Okay.
well, let's see.
Okay, it is its turn.
Yes.
Gray, it is now fully pissed off with you. And with one of its arms like pinned to its chest by the heavy like canvas hose, it slams you with its good hand, with its free arm against the wall, like head first, and
Oof.
bares its teeth into your face. Its jaws open, and inside are other teeth. It hisses menacingly.
Neat.
Gidget, it's your turn.
Grapple.
Okay, roll me close combat.
1 success.
You're I'm supposed to be rolling opposed dice.
Yeah.
And the rules for this aren't clear. My instinct would be that it should actually split its pools between the number of combatants.
Sure.
Because that's how it works in other kind of dice pool systems, right?
That'd be cool. I like that.
Okay. It manages to resist you once more.
All right,
It's just too strong. It's too big and too strong.
Can I glance around the room to be like, who else is remaining in here?
There seems to be about 8 or 9 incapacitated firefighters.
Okay.
And me.
And Judith. One of the as one of the firefighters, one of the ones that is still up and active, staggers to their feet and looks you in the eye and slams the lock button on the door. And the hatch slams shut.
That's not going to do any good because it got out of here before.
We're going to break there.
Ah!
Sorry, Andy.
That's all right. No,
I saw an opportunity and I was like,
The,
no,
the
that's what would
credits
happen.
are just like
That's
a
very
loop
good.
of him running.
Like Holy
just-
Grail, like he's running, but he's never getting closer.
That's right.
You just imprint on the door next time.
Well, it's going to be like running, and then suddenly he just like lariats the alien like head over heels.
Also, as Gidget points out, it got out before.
Yeah.
It's been getting in. Also, that was Carver. You saw it in their eyes.
Wow, what a deck!
So thank you very much for joining us on Alien First Law Episode 3. We'll be back next week with Episode 4.